Hi everyone, Woohoo here once again with yet another coin shop world coin hunt. I went to an old stomping ground of mine up in Shreveport and got this bag of coins that you can see right there. So I figured let's go ahead and dump it out and let's see what I found. I was, I should say, I'm not up there anymore, but I was a frequent guest of the shop. And I have 25 coins, as you can see right here, and I got this entire pack for the low price of $1. So let's see what I got. But before we get there, I found in my change, not from this visit, but I found a Stacy Park Milburn women's quarter from 2025, minted in Denver. This was the last women's quarter that I needed to complete my set. So I'm going to put that right over there. I'm going to zoom back out and put these off to the side, and we'll go little by little showing you what I found. Let's start. I'm sure some of you noticed this square coin a little while ago. So let's get the elephant out of the room right there. The Netherlands Antilles, 1984, 5 cents. I recently learned that the Netherlands Antillean guilder was replaced by the Caribbean guilder just last year, 2025. So these coins were in circulation for quite a long time and are now no longer in circulation. And speaking of which, I have another one here from that same area, a 25-cent coin from 1998. Again, from the Netherlands Antilles. So that's rather neat. Put that one right over there. Let's see. Probably the thing that made this the most worth it, that is two 50-euro-cent coins, so a total of one whole euro, one from Germany on the left and Ireland on the right. And so these two alone probably paid for the whole thing. But as you'll see in a minute, there's a couple of other things in here that I think are worth talking about. Value-wise, that is. This is kind of sort of one of them. 2 new pesos, that's what the N in front of that peso sign means, whoops, from 1992 from Mexico. This was when they had just revalued their peso, hence the need for a designation of a new peso to avoid confusion with the old one. So 2 new pesos. I have, of course, a 2 peso coin from Mexico, but that was after the new designation was dropped, so it was nice to have that type. Here's another type that I have not come across before, 1993, Republic of Georgia. 20, I believe this is Tetri is the subunit there. So this is essentially 20 cents in Georgia. I have a couple of other Georgian coins, but not this particular type. So that was a nice little addition there. Let's see, what have we got here? Elizabeth II. There's a neat little security edge, as you can see right there. And this one, Malaya and British Borneo, 50 cents, 1961. Rather neat for a country that was succeeded by Malaysia. I always like these security edges. I don't know why, but I do. So that was a neat little find there. I'm going to stick that right up there and bring in, speaking of Malaysia, this coin right here. I can't tell if this is a hologram, if this is supposed to be a hologram pattern. I don't see anything in the lines when I tilt it one way or the other, but this is 50 Sen 2015 from Malaysia. The modern coinage, I suppose, if you want to call it. So that's 50 Sen right there from Malaysia, and this one is an older iteration of that same denomination. 50 Sen 2007. What's interesting is that look at this edge inscription here. Those letters seem like they're really punched into the coin there, which I thought was rather interesting. So there we are. 50 Sen. I think these are still technically legal tender in Malaysia. So I have one whole Malaysian ringgit. That's the currency unit over there. Here is a country that has been making headlines recently for rather unfortunate reasons. 5 real, I think. There's the year down there. I'm forgetting off the top of my head what it is, but I can tell you that this is Iran, 5 reals. This is not silver. I've checked. I do know that much. And let's see, what have we here? Oh, this is a nice one. Republik Österreich, 20 shilling from 1980. I do not have this particular denomination with some dots, incused dots around the edge there. These are actually still exchangeable for euros. I think this is worth a little more, certainly more than a euro. I think it was like 6 or 7 euros to the 6 or 7 shilling to the oh no. It was 13 shilling to the dollar, euro rather. I'm stumbling over my words. I don't know what I'm saying. So that can still be exchanged for a decent amount. What have we got here now? Brazil, 50 centavos, 1998. What's that? Ordem e Progresso. Oh, the same Brazil. Yeah, the same inscription that you see on their flag, 1998. This example, as you can see, is quite heavily circulated, but hey, it's still legal tender over there. Speaking of also legal tender, Shibwon, 1990 from South Korea, 10 won. This is about a penny. This is the older brass 10 won coin, which you don't really see in circulation much anymore. And speaking of not seeing in circulation anymore, Iran, 1 won from 1968. I have a 69 and a 70. I'm starting to build a date run of these. So there you go. Let's see, what else can I show you here? We're about halfway through the stack, and I'll show you this one right here. India, 5 rupees, 2010. Star mint mark at the bottom. I believe that's Hyderabad. That's kind of neat. Let's see here. How about this one? República de Honduras, 1995. 10 centavos de lempira. Not worth very much at all, but it's a type I do not have, which is kind of what I was focusing on for some of this hunt. So that's kind of neat. 1995 there. Not worth very much at all, but again, a type I did not have. Speaking of types I don't have, or at least until now, 1997, this is Lithuania, 20 centu, 20 cents. This is before they adopted the euro. So Lithuanian coin from before the adoption of the euro, which I thought was pretty neat. Set that right over there. It's got a few more here. A couple of Italian 100 lire commemoratives that I had never seen before. This one is an FAO commemorative from 1979 with with a cow and their young calf. Nutrire il mondo. Nurture the world, I think is what that means. And here's the other one that I picked up. Oh, nope, I picked the wrong one. That's 10 francs, 1974 from Luxembourg with Grand Duke of Luxembourg, Jean, right on the obverse there. This is the one I meant to pick up right here. Here's the other 100 lire commemorative, like a nautical pattern on this one. 1881 to 1981, 100 lire. Centenario Accademia Navale di Livorno. So it's the 100th anniversary of the Naval Academy of Livorno, I'm pretty sure. That explains the nautical symbolism on the other side. And one more Italian commemorative, this time in the 200 lire denomination. Also an FAO commemorative, 1981. What does that say here? Giornata Mondiale dell'Alimentazione. Something to do with alimentation, food. 16th Ottobre, so 16th of October. I'll put a little annotation down below if I figure out what that means, but I do not remember off the top of my head. But another 200 lire commemorative that I did not have before. And just 4 coins left now. This one, probably the biggest number that you'll see on a coin from Turkey, 100,000 lira from 1999. It says 75 with the insignia of Turkey right next to it. I guess it's the 75th anniversary of the Turkish Republic or something of that nature. So obviously you can't use that anymore because it was replaced by these 2011 50 kuruş from Turkey. Doesn't really amount to very much, but here is the corresponding 1 lira coin from 2020. Interesting, when these coins first came out, the colorations of the inner and outer rings were swapped on these denominations, and the European Union complained because they were about the same size and color as the euro coins, the 1 and 2 euro coins, but these are obviously worth a lot less, so they made them change them around, and that's what we have today. And last but certainly not least, and I certainly could not believe I found this in a world coin bin, 1998, it looks like an ordinary 50 pence, but no, it is the commemorative of the 50th anniversary of the National Health Service, the NHS. So this was a UK commemorative that I did not previously have, and it just happened to be sitting on top of the pile when I was looking at all these world coins. So I'm very happy to add all of these to my collection. We'll shift that over so you can see the whole array there. And yeah, I think I made out like a bandit when it came to getting all these coins for $1 and finding that one in my change. It's always nice to be able to add new stuff, new types to the collection, particularly when you haven't seen it before. That's, I think, the most important and most exciting part of hunting world coins. Well, let me know down in the comments what your favorite of this batch was, and I hope to see you next time when I go through yet another world coin hunt. I'll see you around.